For this video, I will be asking what is the most important indicator of BFRB success. It'll be continuing from my previous video where I talked about the lagging versus leading indicators. And at the end of that video, we almost ran into this new problem of now we have too many metrics to keep track of. We're sort of overwhelmed. It's hard enough to pick one to keep track of, but now we're sort of like keeping track of two or three, and what are we going to do with all this data? So, I think we find ourselves in situations like this where, we know where we're at today. We see this goal that we want to head towards, but the path towards it, it's unclear and murky and tangled. And so how can we filter out some of that noise and really focus on it, emphasize it, concentrate on it? Because, there's going to be moments of weakness and I don't want to do my leading indicator today, and I don't know if this is really helping me towards my goal, and so that doubt comes in. And so I'm going to share what has worked with me, and it starts with sort of thinking about my shoulds. I think there are so many things that I should be doing. I should be exercising more, eating better, sleeping more. So this is, I think, what I'll label my values, the things that I value. And we want to convert our values into metrics, using that SMART framework, making it specific and timely. So we have these. And now from here, again, the question, we have so many metrics, which one do we pick? So I want to talk about this concept of leverage. I think it might be tempting to just load up on all the metrics that we can do and overload ourselves with all of our shoulds, but then we get lost and we lose faith and it doesn't really help us. So instead, I'm advocating for this minimalism. We should just isolate one metric, but we should make sure that it is the metric with the most leverage, and that'll enable us to move something much heavier than what we were expecting. And so to do that, again, looking at my list, which metric do you think it is? Which metric has the most leverage? So what I'll share, it's not going to be the same for everyone, but it did work for me, and I'm sharing it to kind of get those creative juices flowing. So again, for me, my metric, one with the most leverage, is number of meals prepped. And I'll talk about that. So I know if I have my meals prepped, I am going to exercise more. So I used to go from my work, directly after work, to the rock climbing gym. Because I knew if I were to go home first to eat, I would just be trapped at home and I would end up on my phone. But by having my meal at my office, I would go straight to the rock climbing gym. Therefore, I'm exercising more, I'm on my phone less, I'm sleeping better, all of these cascading effects, less time, overtime. And so instead of trying to emphasize and work on all of these things at once, all I were to focus on is just let me prepare meals, and that's it.